How you doing there, folks? Welcome to another episode of the Tab Folders Show. It's been 2 weeks since we last saw you, and our previous show had a quick, small little walkthrough at the very end there after we showed you guys a preview of what Tab Folders 2.0 was going to look like. If you're interested in seeing what some of the preview mockups are going to look like for the future, please, I implore you to go ahead and take a look at our previous show. That being said, Andrew, what do we have for them today? Camille, sorry, what do we have for them today?
Today, Bruce wanted to quickly discuss pricing point with TabsFolders, and then move on to the detailed walkthrough of webinar walkthrough, let's say, of how to install TabsFolders, set it up, and the main points on how to get started with TabsFolders, as a lot of users were asking about kind of a full video. Instead, on the help articles, we have kind of snapshot videos. We don't have a full kind of walkthrough, and that's what users were asking about, so we're going to deliver that today.
Perfect. I'll go ahead and let you.
You cut out there for a second, Bruce, but I assume that I'm going to get going. So what I wanted to start with is we had a price change on AppSumo, and there was a countdown timer there for the notification of the price change. And we did the same price change on our website, but we didn't notify users with a countdown timer. And so some users were asking, well, we're a little bit upset that the price change was so sudden. So we decided to go back to the $90 price for the next 2 weeks. And we have that on our website. Let me just show that we have the old price of $19 for the TabsFolders 2.0 pre-sale plan, and now there is a 14-day timer that's going to start. Well, it's basically 14 days, 1 hour, as per we were notifying everybody on the live stream that it'll be changing, and so there's a countdown till the price change. The price change will be to $29, and so that's the main thing, that we're giving everybody a chance to basically get TabsFolders at the old price for the next 2 weeks. And when they go on our website, they will see the timeout that's happening to the price change. And that's the main thing for the price, I guess. Going forward, I was thinking, if you have any thoughts on that, let me know, Bruce.
Well, I was going to say, people should know what's going to happen after that 14-day timer runs out.
So after the 14-day timer runs out, we will be changing the price to $29 per code for the lifetime deal, as it has already changed on AppSumo. And and so across our platforms, we will be changing the price to $29 per code everywhere.
Perfect. Just so people are aware, this is your last chance to get TabsFolders at $19 a license. So keep that in mind.
Yes.
If you like that price point, now's the time to take advantage of it.
Exactly, because as per as people were having questions as per the price change as well, and so we heavily discounted TabsFolders. Code used to be $49 on AppSumo, and we didn't even have a lifetime deal on our website. So we did a TabsFolders 2.0 pre-sale plan at a very low price of $19 to discount, to encourage users to upgrade to 2.0 and help us develop TabsFolders and deliver 2.0 features faster for them. And we mentioned already when we were lowering the price, because at that point users were asking us, why is the price so low now from when it used to be $49? So we explained that it's a TabsFolders 2.0 pre-sale, and that we would be raising the price steadily till the release of TabsFolders 2.0, which is coming in April of this year. So right now, this is the first price bump towards that release in April, And when April comes along, there will be we will return to the previous pricing we had on AppSumo for tabs folders, and so we're doing it at a monthly schedule towards the release of 2.0. We have, by the way, in just to finish, that we, as we promised users, we delivered CNAME and SMTP sharing at the end of Q1, and CNAME was the just before the New Year, and SMTP just after the New Year's. We delivered the features that we promised to deliver in Q4 of 2021. And now we're working on TabsFolders 2.0 as per schedule to deliver it in Q1, end of March, April of this year.
And then the other feature was that you were also allowing people to do search queries for contents of subfolders. I remember that.
Exactly. So that's another feature which we delivered, which wasn't really promised for this timeline, but we delivered it anyway because it was a huge improvement in search that we thought was important to deliver it to customers, ahead of the 2.0 launch, because it really makes it a lot easier to search for the information that you're looking for. That you can search in specific subfolders. So let's say you saved a bookmark in your work folder, but it was a Google Doc and you don't remember what the Google Doc is called. So if you search your whole collection, the search might return 200, 300 links versus it was somewhere in your work folder. So you click on your work folder and then search for the docs, Google Docs. So docs.google.com, and you'll maybe return only 15 or 20 search results, which will be a lot easier to find what you're looking for.
And Chenna, I hope that answers your question. When 2.0 released, are you going to be planning on doing a price increase? Well, like Camille was saying, is that we're going to be doing price increases steadily up till we get to 2.0, in monthly increments, unless something changes, but I can't see why. But in the meantime, you can see that the increments will be little by little up until we get to the official launch point. So you have plenty of chances along the way. Like, for example, the price point will be $29. You have plenty of time at the $29 price point to go ahead and stack, for whatever feature that you might be looking for whenever 2.0 or 2.1 rolls out. So there you go.
Yes. So we definitely we're planning to increase the price when TabsFolders 2.0 is launched. And as we mentioned, we lowered this price specifically before the launch so that we can get more users on board and get more feedback from users while we're working on 2.0 to make it even better.
So Chenna's happy. Good to hear. Guys, also don't forget, a lot of the content and a lot of what Camille's going to be providing education on will also be accessible via the QR code up above. So you can scan it on your phones if you're at home on your, let's say, watching on your laptop or your desktop. Also down below the QR code, don't forget that you can also type it in manually, and that will give you access to the assets of not just today's show, but previous shows as well. So hope that helps. And again, like always, we're going to be doing another giveaway at the end of the show. So please keep your comments coming. That way you could be entered into the raffle at the end of the live stream. All right.
Thank you, Bruce. So I was going to go ahead with the demo, but just before I start, is there any chance to move the QR code to the bottom right?
I'm just going to take it off in the meantime because I know you're going to need the real estate space while you're streaming.
Exactly. So if you can take it off, that'll be great. And I will add my screen to the stream right now. Great. So let me start. This is the TabsFolders website. And when you land on here, I wanted to quickly show you the pricing timer that we just discussed. So it's the lifetime plan, and it's scrolling. The timer is scrolling here, as I mentioned previously. But this was the TabsFolders website. So when you can read all about our testimonials, pricing, support, affiliates, careers. If you're interested, we are hiring, by the way. We're looking for front and back end developers in React and PHP on the back end. So send us a mail or chat if you're interested in working with us. And so getting to the moving forward with the demo, on the website, you basically click the Get Started button, which takes you to the Chrome Web Store. And here you can add your extension, the TabsFolders extension, to Chrome. Right now for the demo, I'm actually using Microsoft Edge to demo to users. That we are also on the Microsoft Edge store. So you can go to the Microsoft Edge store and install TabsFolders if you're a Microsoft Edge user. For other browsers like Brave, Opera, etc., you can get it from the Chrome Web Store. So once you open up this link, you just click Get, and there's a pop-up that asks for, gives you some information about TabsFolders, and there's a question here that TabsFolders can read and change data on your websites. And this is because we actually access the link on your in your browser, and we inject the little menu that you see on the bottom right here into a web page that is necessary for TabsFolders to work and add the functionality to each web page that you're on. So you just click Add the extension, and Microsoft Edge or Chrome, etc., will download the extension and open up this link. This link is a TabsFolders shared link that we have, and it gives you information in TabsFolders about how to use TabsFolders. So basically, we have a TabsFolders sharing structure with folders, and as you see here, it's a step-by-step kind of guide as to how to install TabsFolders, how to redeem and purchase your purchase codes on TabsFolders, getting to know TabsFolders, and more advanced features. And then also a little bit about the affiliate program, live stream, and the public roadmap. So this shows you right away how TabsFolders shares work and how they can be used to kind of share information with your team or about your product very quickly and easily, because you can change the way these folders are structured, add and remove links from them, in seconds within TabsFolders. So when we expand this first folder, it shows you how to install TabsFolders. Since you already have installed TabsFolders, you may not need this as much. However, what you have done right now is install TabsFolders from the store, but there's actually more to do. In essence, that you have to actually sign up for TabsFolders. So when we click on this link, we have more specific information on how to install TabsFolders from the store, but then also how to log in with Facebook or with sign up with email using TabsFolders. So it's a very useful information if you've never installed TabsFolders before and you would like to get more information about how to do that. So let's continue with actually signing up for TabsFolders. Let's use something like EST 2020 0302 at TabsFolders.com. Then you create a password. Sorry, I'm doing the login, not sign up. So type your first and last name. And click the sign up button. If you have a promo code, you can add it here, but we suggest using the promo code menu item in TabsFolders later on, especially if you have more than one promo code. If you have one, you can enter it here, but I will be going through how to add many promo codes in your later once you've signed up. So click the sign up button. Then there's another promotional code pop-up. Click no promo. And now TabsFolders lets you know that our server has sent an email to the email address you have typed, you have signed up with. And in that email, there is a link which you need to click, which you need to click to enable TabsFolders functionality, full functionality. That TabsFolders some menu items will be disabled and synchronization with the server will be disabled until you click that link in your email. So you click the close button now, and TabsFolders opens up and comes up with this first question, whether you want TabsFolders to open up when your browser starts. So we set that to yes. And then you go through a quick tour that gives you some information about how to use TabsFolders, the main points, the menu, etc., etc. Get to the end of the tour, and you're asked whether you would like to import your bookmarks from the browser that you are using. So we click OK. Oh, let me try that again. There we go. So there's permissions that we need to add in the browser. Don't know why it didn't pop up the first time, but it should have. We'll look into that, of course. But if that happens, so just click on the menu and click Import Bookmarks again. And basically, the browser asks you whether you would allow TabsFolders to have read permissions to your favorites. So we click Allow, and TabsFolders imports bookmarks from your browser. Currently, we don't have any bookmarks in this demo or cleanly installed browser. But basically, any bookmarks that you have saved in your browser will be imported into this folder. Let me now go ahead on my other screen and click the link from the email that I received from the TabsFolders server. It just came through. And I will copy and paste it here to activate our copy of TabsFolders. And there you go in the text, your email has been successfully verified. So now TabsFolders is fully functional. And what we can do is go through and now use the add promo code menu item, which wasn't available previously. You couldn't click this menu item before you actually click the link from your email. So now to add a promo code, click this button, and here you can type one or more promo codes. So you can do this by either typing promo 1, promo 2, 3, or you can do this also by typing comma separated promos like this. If you have a list, copy and paste the comma separated list, and TabsFolders will automatically create like for the 3 promo codes that were copied in one field, comma separated, or a list separated by carriage returns and is in new lines. It's a very flexible promo or smart promo box that however you copy your many promo codes, it'll parse them and create separate promo code list for all of your codes. Because some users, when they purchase 10, 15, or 20 codes, that would be a lot of copy and paste items if you had to do this one by one. So you can do the full list all in one go. Now, these aren't real promo codes, so I won't be entering them because, well, if I can click save, but basically TabsFolders will give you an error that this is an invalid code or the code is already utilized. And again, a little message to contact support. If this happens to you, that you purchased a promo code on one of the stores like AppSumo or from our store, and you get this error, please contact us, because it could be a copy-paste error or something is wrong with the code, and you need to get in touch with us to resolve the issue, because basically it shouldn't ever happen if you have a proper promo code. Sometimes it happens that users enter the promo code twice, the same promo code, and then you will get the same error. But if you have successfully entered the promo code, actually, why don't I try and get a promo code? Maybe I have access to one recently. Well, never mind. It'll take too much time. So for the case, or for this demo, basically, when you enter a promo code, this trial menu item will change to the actual plan. When this plan changes, you can click it, and TabsFolders will open the actual plan that you have purchased, and it'll show you the details of the plan in a separate web page with all the various, how many codes you have, how many features you have with the plan, etc., etc. So now let's get to how to use TabsFolders. When you start out, you can you have the one window view, let's say, that most users in the beginning, the one view is enough for them to work with. So in this view, you can basically take take the list, windows from the list in your of your open windows, and drag and drop them from the open windows and tabs into bookmarks, and boom, right away you have just saved your first bookmarks with in a couple of seconds with drag and drop. You can also double click on this window, and TabsFolders automatically takes you to this window, so you can work on go ahead and work in this window, whatever you are doing in this window. Let's say we open up a new Google search, and we search for AppSumo, for example. There we go. So we have AppSumo, and we have shop deals. Now we have 4 tabs open. And let's say that we switch back to TabsFolders like this. And now that we have 4 tabs open, you can see here we had 2 when we saved it. You can drag and drop this window again, and it's saved again now with the 4 tabs that you have open. So that's drag and drop in a single window. We also have a secondary panel right here, a left and right panel in TabsFolders. And this comes in handy when you have a long list. For example, if we expand all of these folders, as you can see, they don't fit in your screen. So let's say you want to save a window into a subfolder here. If in this left window, you would have to drag and drop this window while scrolling in this. One sec, let me switch to this window. You'd have to drag and drop scrolling, and that's a little bit complicated. And therefore, we have this second window on the right, that what you can do is, in the left window, have your open windows and tabs in the view, and you can just drag and drop from the left window to the right window into, for example, the sample folder. In the sample folder, there you go. And on this, in the left panel, the sample folder is kind of out of your view, versus with the two left and right panels, it's very easy to drag and drop between left and right panels and save your windows with drag and drop. A secondary feature of tabs folders is the search of open windows and tabs, bookmarks, etc. As we mentioned earlier, that we added context-sensitive search, which means that tabs folders searches within the folder that you have selected. So if you take a look here, there's a little green box. When I mean X. When I click on this X, tabs folders will be searching everything in tabs folders that you have selected. So here's open windows and tabs, bookmarks, session history, and trash. And when I type, let's say, social, there you go. You get results from the open windows and tabs and all of your bookmarks folders. But say I just want to search my open windows and tabs because I want to find that window that I have, if I have 30 windows open, or 20 if I'm working on a specific project with a lot of active windows, then I would simply click on open windows and tabs, and now as you see, it pops up here in the search box, and now tabs folders will only search open windows and tabs. So when I click here again or type social, it only returns the results for the open windows or tabs, open windows and tabs, or basically the folder that you selected. And I can very easily now double click on this, on that search result, and tabs folders takes you to the window that you just clicked on that you were looking for. Let me go back to tabs folders here. Now I want to demonstrate quickly how to use keyboard shortcuts, because as you saw here, I was clicking organize. Well, I can go into the options window and click on browser keyboard shortcuts. And here I can type basically a keyboard shortcuts that I want to activate tabs folders. So it's organize bookmarks and tabs, which is basically the window that you see, the tabs folders window. I have clicked the command key 1 to activate tabs folders. So now when I'm in a different window, like I was here, all I do is I press the keyboard shortcut command 1, and it takes you to tabs folders right away. So this allows you to work a lot faster. That if tabs folders is in a different window and you want to manage that you want to drag and drop windows from your open windows and tabs, or open a new set of windows in tabs folders, you can just use the keyboard shortcut to very quickly get you back to tabs folders. Now, we've handled keyboard shortcuts. Now let's take a look at how we, in a window, can actually save bookmarks to tabs folders from outside of tabs folders, as in we stay in this window. When you click on the tabs folders menu, you have access to, of course, the options, intro, reporting bugs, etc. A lot of menu items that are very useful. But the key one is this save button. And the save button has a drop down because there are 4 different save actions. So you can store this tab to the last used folder, and let's do that. Click store. Then let's go back to tabs folders, and it should be stored here in the sample folder. Oh, there we go. See, the AppSumo tab was stored here. Sample folder is the last folder we saved to in tabs folders, and so it automatically saves your tab or bookmark to that folder. If we go back, if we go back to that tab, now I can click down and select store this tab to a new folder. So a new folder in this window, you can actually select the current folder or create a new one. So we used in the bookmarks folder, we had a sample folder that we previously saved to. But say right now in the sample folder, we want to actually create a new folder. Let's call it sample 2. Click the plus button to create it. And now we click save to store this window AppSumo deals and costs in this sample 2 folder. And while we're at it, let's actually close this stored tab because we want to save it and we don't want to work on that page anymore. So let's click save. When we go back to that browser window, as you see, this tab has now been closed. I'll close this search as well. And when we go back to tabs folders, this is the sample folder. This is the sample 2 folder we created. And this is the AppSumo bookmark that we added to the sample 2 folder. Now let's go back to this window and open up something like, let's see, Google Translate or Google Maps. Or come to think of it, maybe something else. Let me see. What can we think? What can we take a look at here? Google News. There we go. So we open up Google News page. And now I want to demonstrate the other 2 options for saving. Here we can store the current window as the third option. Storing the current window saves the whole window, all 4 tabs. Now, previously, we actually dragged and dropped that window as a bookmark, and TabsFolders remembers this, that we had previously saved this folder. So it gives you the option to save this folder normally or save as. Right now, let's select save as. And here we choose the name of the folder that we want to save and where to store it. So we previously had a sample folder. We created sample folder 2. Let's select sample folder 2 and save this window. Now taking a look at sample folder 2, we have the bookmark that we previously saved with AppSumo, and we have the new full window that we stored in this folder here. So that shows you how to store a window that you're working on. Now let's say you want you're working on a project that has multiple windows. Let's open, I don't know, Bing News in this window. So when we go to the tabs folders, open windows and tabs, we now have 3 windows. So Bing News, tabs folders, which is this window that we're in, and the previously linked window here, which has Google News, etc. Say you want to save all of these windows because you're going to go either home or to work, or you want to switch and move to another computer and work on another computer with browsing and continue your browsing. What you can do is you can click on tabs folders, open the drop-down menu, and click Store All Windows. This shows you now the windows that will be stored. The tabs folders extension is never stored because it's basically what you're working in. So you have a tab open in this window next to the tabs folders window, and tabs folders, as you see, will store this tab, but not tabs folders, the tabs folders tab itself. And it will store all the other windows that you have open. And let's say we want to store that in a different folder. So let's go select the sample folder, create a new folder, session for work. Click the plus, and now let's save this session in session for work. Now, when you look at tabs folders, as you see here, we created the session for work folder. We saved tabs folder, saved the session folder with the date and time of when you saved it, and the 3 windows that you had open at the time. To open this session folder in tabs folders, let's first basically select the windows that we have open and right click, close, and boom, we've just closed the 2 windows. Let's close this share again as well. And now when we switch to another computer, we want to open the full browsing session that we had in the previous computer. So we right click on this folder, click open all folders, and TabsFolders gives you a little warning because if you have 30 or 50 folders saved in that subfolder, that could overload your browser. So this gives you a chance to cancel if you click this by mistake. And then you click, in our case, OK, and boom, TabsFolders opens up the 3 folders, the 3 windows that we are searching for. And when we go back to TabsFolders, we see them right here. So it's the Bing News that we had saved, the TabsFolder shared bookmarks, and the other window we had with Google News and Microsoft add-ons. So that's a quick kind of overview of how to save bookmarks in tabs folders and how to open bookmarks in tabs folders. We gave you a quick overview of how to open all the folders in a subfolder. If you just want to open one window, just double click on it. Actually, sorry, it's open already. Let me close it. So double click on it and it opens this folder right away without asking you for any permissions. Let me close that. And if you want to just open a bookmark, you can just double click on the bookmark and the single bookmark is open in a new window. Now, you can actually select how you want tabs folders to work. If you right click on the bookmark, you have the option to open in a new window or open in the current window. And if you go to tabs folders in the options page, you can actually configure this as well. Default for double click, open in the new window or open in the same window for folders, and double click for tabs, the same thing. It gives you the option to open in a new window or open in the same window. Let me now go over some of the other options you have in the tabs folders options for configuration. You can configure the default save button, which is this save button here, so that if you want by default to store the current window and you don't want to be clicking down on this down arrow each time, you select it here, store current window, and then all you have to do is click this save button and it'll store the current window. Right now, TabsFolders has nothing to store because we have this window open. So let me open a new window just to demonstrate that. And this time we'll go to speed test, for example, and click save. And now, as you see, TabsFolders knows that this is a new window. It hasn't been saved and opened previously. So now it does tell you, bring up the store dialog to store this current window, which is only has the one tab speed test by Google or by Ookla, sorry. And we just click again, save. And this window was saved with the date and time of when it was saved. So that's the how to configure the save button. The other key features that I wanted to discuss is snoozing. By default, this feature is turned off, but TabsFolders helps you save on browser resources, so your computer's memory and the CPU processing that your computer does by snoozing your open windows and tabs. You can do this manually by right-clicking on TabsFolders on open window or a specific window. The fastest is to click all open windows and tabs and then select the snooze option, and it says tabs folder snoozed for tabs. If you look at the options window now, it's a little bit grayed out. That means it has the browser has snoozed this window and it's not taking up your computer's resources anymore. Same if we look on here, this tab is slightly transparent. Same with all the other tabs. They've now become slightly transparent because they have been snoozed. When we click on them, as you see, TabsFolders is reloading, or your browser is reloading this tab because it was snoozed and it wasn't taking up resources. But when you click on it, it's very quickly reloaded from the internet. Going back to options, this is a very important thing that you can actually ask TabsFolders to do this automatically. So you do this by selecting the drop down of never, and let's say you can type 5 minutes. Once you select that, you have some more options as to do not snooze pin tabs, do not snooze tabs that are playing audio, etc., etc. And you can add a whitelist. For example, TabsFolders.com. This instructs TabsFolders not to snooze tabs with TabsFolders. And this option is for some tabs that you're working on that you actually don't want snooze. I don't know if it's a document in Google Docs that you're working on, or something's or your mail in Google Docs that you want to keep open and not snooze that tab. You can type the HTTP or the URL here, and TabsFolders will not snooze those tabs. The second important feature is session history. TabsFolders automatically saves your session history to the session history folder. This is this folder here. Let me refresh so that we can minimize all these folders for the screen. So the session history folder is right here. In the session history folder, when you take a look, TabsFolders stores all your open windows and tabs automatically, so that if your browser crashes, for example, or you forgot to save the session or save all folders and windows as we previously did in the demo, and you go home and you want to access something from what you were browsing on your work computer, well, the session history automatically does this for you in this session history folder. And it basically stored at the beginning when we started browsing the 2 windows we had open. And the next time it'll save a session is as per this timing that you set up here, this interval. So this interval can be every 6 hours, or let's say every 6 or 10 minutes or 5 minutes. And basically now TabsFolders will store a new session history folder every 5 minutes, so that you have your browsing or open windows and tabs backed up to TabsFolders every 5 minutes. Then you have a cleanup per device, because one more thing, TabsFolders will store this session history, and it stores each device has its unique code. As you see here, it's 6159B. It's a random code that is generated by TabsFolders, but each device and browser that you have has a different code And these are all synchronized to TabsFolders. So let's say if you use TabsFolders on Microsoft Edge at work, and at home you use it on Google Chrome, these numbers will be different, and you'll know that the session was saved from the different computers. When we expand these two different sessions, here you see that it's different, that the first session that was saved at 6:27 had two folders in it, whereas the half an hour later, we have the four folders or four windows that we currently have open in TabsFolders. So that's sessions, and finally, that list of sessions can kind of get long. So we provided an automatic way to kind of clean up those sessions. And here you can instruct TabsFolders to remove copies. So you can keep 24 hourly copies, 7 daily copies, weekly copies, and monthly copies. This is what we suggest, just as a kind of backup schedule, that if you ever want to go back and you're looking for a tab that you browsed or something that you searched for 2 months ago, this will be in the monthly copies. You should find it there, because when we go back to TabsFolders, as I mentioned, the search by default, we search in Open Windows and Tabs and Bookmarks, but you can also search the session history. So right now, when we select session history as well, we can search for speed, which is the speed test by Ookla that we had in a window. And as you see, it's found by TabsFolders in your Open Windows and Tabs, in your Bookmarks, but as well in the session history. If we only wanted to search the session history, we would click session history, and again type speed, and boom, it shows you everywhere that you have this bookmark saved, only in your session history. So that's the power of search in TabsFolders, and also how to auto-save a history, so that if your browser crashes or if you want to move to a different computer, TabsFolders will save the session history for you, and you can continue your browsing at home or at work, or vice versa. You can even switch to different browsers. Say that you're working in Microsoft Edge, but for some reason you want to start browsing in Google Chrome. Well, then all you do is take this saved session and open it in your new browser, and TabsFolders will open up all the windows for you in your new browser, as if these browsers were linked. Because normally, with Google Chrome, let's say you can do this, but you can't share between different browsers. You can't share sessions. With TabsFolders, you can. So the last feature I wanted to discuss in the options is the CNAME sharing. And CNAME sharing is an advanced feature when you want to share links with TabsFolders with your own domain name. But that is an advanced feature, and we don't have much time to go through this today. All I will say that if you go to our help page, let me open that up, support.tabsfolders.com, and you type in CNAME, you will get the full instructions on how to set up CNAME sharing with TabsFolders. But to get back to sharing, we saved this sample folder, session for work, in Bookmarks. Actually, let's get rid of search. And let's say that this sample folder that I created, I want to now share it with friends and colleagues. I would do this by clicking on this folder, and this folder becomes highlighted with a yellow bar. Then I right-click on it, and I select the Share menu item. Now, TabsFolders allows you to share this by selecting how soon the link will expire, and you can select an hour down through never. And then you just click share this folder. Now you get a link, a unique link for this tabs folder, and you can take this link and either click right here in tabs folders to share by email, and you enter the email address of the person you want to share it with, or you can share on Twitter or Facebook directly. And when somebody receives this link, they can click on the link, and when they click on it, they will see this. They will see the title of the folder, and then they will see a listing of what's saved in this folder. And as you see, this folder has quite a few links saved in it, and it could be difficult to locate what you're interested in. And so some users commented that it would be amazing to have a search function in this sharing page. This request came in a few weeks ago, and boom, we have delivered it right now. It's already live on tabs folders. So let's say we would like to find speed test. Oops, if I type correctly. And boom, in the search page now, when you share, in the shared bookmark page that you share with your friends and colleagues, they can right away type what they're looking for, and tabs folders will find the link from the list of folders. Because this makes it a lot easier to, as I mentioned, find what you're looking for and use these bookmarks right away from the search page. Alternatively, when users receive a link like this, currently I'm actually sharing it with my account, but for users, if somebody else takes this link, let's say if I open it in a private window, tabs folders is not loaded in the private window, and see, this is how users will see the link. They will have an import bookmarks button. So if I share a list of bookmarks with somebody, they can right away import these bookmarks into their tabs folders collection by clicking this import bookmarks button, and these bookmarks will appear in their collection just like they do in your own collection. Let's close that. So that's sharing in tabs folders, and sharing is very useful. As I mentioned, here we just shared a sample folder, but as I mentioned, when you install tabs folders opens the shared bookmark page that's created by our tabs folders account, basically. And as you can see, again, it's very easy to set up a list of information that you want to share with people, and in a specific structure like this, that if you use the numbers, tabs folders will sort it for you according to the numbers, and you can easily share the information about installing, redeeming, or anything you want to convey to users in a sequential order. And as you saw, doing this with tabs folders takes a couple of seconds. That if you really don't want to waste time on creating a full web page or a Wikipedia page with these articles in tabs folders, you just open them up in a browser, drag and drop to 3 or 5 folders with the titles you want to call the folders, and share them with your users instantly. It takes 2 seconds to share and maybe 10-15 seconds to actually save with tabs folders all those windows with drag and drop. And if you're sharing, as I mentioned, a more elaborate collection of bookmarks, all your users have to do is just type 3 or 4 letters, for example, the tabs folders affiliate program, and right away the search will find the tabs folders affiliate program link that you've shared. We double click on that, and right away it takes us to the tabs folders affiliate program that, FYI, you can join. it gives the affiliate program gives 30% revenue share currently. That if users that you recommend Tabs Folders to buy Tabs Folders from the web page, from our web page here, from this LTD deal right here, you will receive 30% of the sales that you have sent to Tabs Folders. There we go. I think we are getting close to an hour. We've covered the main points of Tabs Folders, how to use Tabs Folders, and there's a lot more. There are a lot more features in Tabs Folders, like for example, deduplication, exporting, kind of renaming, and of course trash. That if you move this folder to trash, it goes right in here to your trash folder. So just in case you were worried that if you delete something, it's gone forever, that's not the case. It goes into this trash folder first. Then if you, in the trash folder, select delete, again, it gives Tabs Folders gives you a warning that you will permanently remove this items. And if you click OK, and then half an hour later, you realize, oh my God, I actually didn't want to delete that folder. Tabs Folders has a backup system. If you buy 3 or more codes, if I go into the plan details here, right here, if you buy 3 or more codes, we have this 7-day time machine backup system. Which basically, if you, as I mentioned right now, delete something from the trash folder, so you delete a list of bookmarks twice by mistake, then if you have 3 or more codes, you can actually send us a support request. And if it's, again, if we receive it within the 7 days before from the time that you deleted your links, we'll be able to actually restore those links from our backups for you and get them back. It's just like Time Machine functions on Mac OS on Apple computers. So as you see, there are a lot of features in Tabs Folders, and the features are all listed in our help and support page. So if you here are looking for backup, for example, it gives you some information about session backups, how to backup the things that I've discussed, how Tabs Folders backs up your sessions. We also have information about how safe your data is, what format are our backups. So here we outline the 3 steps, the 3 backup methodologies that you can use to back up with Tabs Folders. So first, there's the automatic internal backup that you get with Tabs Folders when you're a paid customer. You can second manually export a JSON file, which means that you can basically select your bookmarks and click export. And this will download all your bookmarks into a file that you can have a personal backup of your of all of your data for Tabs Folders, and of course the user initiated where you have the session backups that Tabs Folders creates. So there's session backups. Then there's the database backups of your sessions, and then there's 7-day time machine, and then finally manual exports. So we're really kind of crazy about data security and backups because we believe that the time you put into saving your bookmark collection is worth a lot more than what you're paying for Tabs Folders for the tool. So it's more important that you have this data backed up in 3-4 different ways, so you will never lose it, because your time is very valuable, and that's what we want to ensure, that you never lose the bookmarks and the time you put into tabs folders. And that's why we have so many backup methodologies or backups of your data. So I think that's the end of the run through of tabs folders, the main features today. And let me turn off my screen here, remove it from sharing. Thank you, Bruce. I guess you've gone ahead and done that.
So I'm going to cover a few, since we're running on an hour, I'm going to just cover the brief basic comments that we had from some people during the stream, right? So Ranveer, thank you very much for joining us. John Doe says, thanks for the structures and with the previous assets regarding the QR code, but could we get parts of it? You'll find that inside the Facebook group, so please join the Facebook group when you get a chance. By the way, your comment will not be entered into our live stream giveaway because you've not given StreamYard permission. So please give StreamYard permission to access your name and your photo. So it'll be StreamYard.com/Facebook. Just give Facebook permission, and that way your comments will be credited towards the giveaway in just a minute here.
And Bruce, let me just go on that one. That structure, if you scan the QR code and you install tabs folders, you'll be able to import all of those bookmarks, those folders, into your own collection, and then you can pick apart whichever ones you want from that, as per what you were asking
about. That was a good follow-up too, Camille. Ranveer says, nice interface. Thank you very much. Let's see what else.
And I think that was a question I saw about using it on mobile. I think from Ranveer. So on mobile, I didn't get into this in the demo, but there's a bookmarklet. If you go on support.tabsfolders.com and type bookmarklet, it'll show you the instructions of how you can add the mobile bookmarklet to any browser, actually, whether it's on your mobile device or any other browser like Safari or Firefox. And from that browser, whatever tab you're on, you just click that mobile bookmarklet. It'll save it to tabs folders, to your mobile bookmarks folder, and it'll be in your tabs folders collection. But again, just go on the support page and type in bookmarklet, and all the information will be there. If there's something missing, just send us a support chat, and we'll explain anything that's not clear.
Thank you, Ranveer, for joining us and for your comments and giving StreamYard permission. Brian, he found your walkthrough educational. He got to learn about some features that he didn't know existed before.
Thank you, Brian.
Ranveer talking about session history. There's another thing that you mentioned I thought was almost revolutionary, and I don't mean to hype it up a lot, but the ability to take a session, let's say from Google Chrome, and then migrate that whole session over to, let's say, Microsoft Edge would be really helpful for those people who, let's say, work at an office and they don't allow you to, because the browser's on lockdown, the OS is on lockdown, or let's say you're working on a Chromebook specifically, but you need to move to another browser, let's say when you're at home and you prefer using a different browser at home. Doesn't matter if it's Opera, Edge, Brave, whatever, and you just download the tabs folder extension. I thought that was big, right? I've never seen another tool do that ever in my life. So I'm like thinking, hey, yes, we've heard of migrating over bookmarks, but another thing is the sessions that you may be in the middle of a research session at work and you want to continue that at home, but it's on a different browser. That's totally doable. I thought that was big.
Thank you. We're glad that interoperability, that tabs folders makes that really easy.
That's kind of what was really standing out. Chenna says that he suggested the search in a share. So yeah, thank you very much. That came from your live stream comment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ranveer giving some kudos there. Ranveer loves the product and he loves the tool. There you go.
Thank you. And I guess Chenna is asking one more stream with tips.
Which I think makes sense because you'll, like you said, there's like miscellaneous little topics like going over mobile. How does it work or operate inside other browsers? I think that kind of makes sense. Maybe we should collect a few quick tips to go through, so we just move on from topic to topic on another one in 2 weeks.
Definitely.
Guys, that gives us a good opportunity. Leave in the comments what you want Camille to go over in a following live stream regarding certain topics. Like, remember, deduplication. I've never seen another tool that removes duplicate URLs, right? It makes sense to include that as maybe one of the features that you want to have a clean bookmarks list with not a lot of duplicate entries. We'll cover that, right? That could be a possible example. Setting up CNAME, that could be another example. It's a setup process, and maybe to get a little bit more technical is a deep dive in that. Things like that. So let us know what you want to see. That's something that we'll collect, and that we'll have like a table of contents for another walkthrough in 2 weeks. Ranveer, thank you very much. Chenna was agreeing with me. Session history is amazing.
Thank you.
Chenna, and that's something that we've talked about before. Chenna asks, do you have something planned for the new tab page?
Yes. We're working on TabsFolders 2.0 for you to be able to select whether it opens in a new window or by default in your new tab page that it's included. It will to replace basically your new tab page. Yes, it does work in incognito mode. The next question. If you just have to allow TabsFolders in incognito mode, so it's a browser setting. When you install the extension, you have to right-click on the TabsFolders icon in your browser and click Manage Extension, and then in the options, it'll tell you there will be an option for incognito mode. Again, if you go on the support page, there's a support article about this, so you can get more details there.
And then we can also show you how to do that. That's another good topic. We can use that for next stream that we prepare. How would it function inside private windows, incognito mode? I mean, the features are same name essentially. Okay, guys, that's it. I think we've covered we've covered all your comments. So thank you for sticking with us today. I know a lot of people have been asking for this kind of like the full walkthrough, but we'll go through specific line items. Just let us know what you want to see in the comments over the next 2 weeks. And so we'll prepare that for our following stream 2 weeks from now. Guys, as always, don't forget, right above, scan the QR code if you're on your desktop computers. That way you have access to all of the assets for not just today, but also the previous streams as well. Cool. In the meantime, don't forget, we also have that 14-day countdown timer on the TabsFolders website. We understand that some people missed out on the timer and the $19 price point, but hey, so we have it on our website. If you like the $19 price point, stack it. So that way you can take advantage of the features that are coming out in the future as well.
Yes. There's a quick question about 2.0 release. Yes, that's scheduled for April of this year, so in 2 months.
There you go. Yeah, Shannon, you can see how little by little as we give you guys the previews and you see how the features are rolling out, how it's building out little by little to be a more and more of a robust product. And you see the foundation is also being laid for the value as an enterprise product, right? For like a big company product. So you could see it's a work in progress, but the maturity is showing and it's evident thanks to Camille and his team. So Camille, props and awesome.
Thank you, Bruce. Looking forward to satisfying our users with TabsFolders 2.0 and awesome new features. As you were mentioning, where it's a progressive kind of step-by-step process, and as users are seeing, we delivered CNAME, SMTP, and search sharing in these couple of months. While we're working on 2.0, we also decided that these were key features that users were asking about to get delivered early, and but all of this will be in 2.0 and more in the coming 2.1.
And that being said, guys, let's keep social distancing in mind. Wash your hands, and everyone stay safe. And we'll see you guys all in.
Bruce, I think we.
Oh, I forgot the giveaway. The giveaway.
The giveaway.
Oh, let's bring that up. Oh my gosh, I apologize, guys. I totally forgot about that. I keep forgetting that at the very end.
No worries, no worries.
All right, let's go ahead.
Glad we got it. Glad it's on its way.
Okay, let's go ahead and share the. Go ahead and share. All right, let's take a look.
Oops.
Oh, that's not going to work. We'll do that again.
Yeah.
Yay! The TabsFolders company won.
Woo-hoo! I've won.
All right, let's try that one more time. Chenna, there you go.
Congrats again. Thank you for being here and for all your great questions. Give us a shout on social media or Facebook Messenger, and I'll be sending the code for you for this giveaway.
Thank you, Chenna. Awesome. Let's see. We got a comment real quick. Brian.
Thanks. Yeah. So thank you, Bruce, as well for hosting. It's been a great show. Looking forward to the next one in 2 weeks, where perhaps, as you mentioned, we'll go over the more advanced features as there's quite a few to go through. But I think this live stream format gives users a more fluid way to kind of go through the features of TabsFolders instead of the support articles where they have to do it kind of on their own, pick and view specific articles. So it's a great format to get our users more involved and get the information of all the features of TabsFolders and how they work to them.
Right. And I think it also makes sense. Little by little, I'm noticing there's more and more value to the knowledge base of all the articles describing all the functionality, because it's just like, okay, wow, there's a lot of depth to the product that a lot of people don't understand until they see these live streams, and they're like, wow, you could do that. I didn't even know. You could do this. I didn't even know. Yeah.
Exactly. Great. Thank you for the idea, Bruce. Again.
Chenna, like Camille said, reach out to him on Facebook Messenger, and you're very welcome, sir. All right, guys, that being said, now we'll go ahead and close it out. Keep social distancing in mind. Wash your hands. Stay safe, and we'll see you guys all in 2 weeks. Have a good one.
See you in 2 weeks. A good one.